Hello everyone and welcome back to the video. Today we're going to be reviewing a wreck from Joffley. I'm going to call him Joe, and his opponent is going to be a Jewel Dark. And you'll notice that this elo, this game is around 950 elo, but Joe does not actually have an elo. It doesn't show anything. This is because he is unranked. This is in fact his first ranked game. And I know this because I actually coached him when he was brand new to the game. And we brought him up from like literally losing to moderate AI to being able to beat the hardest and extreme AI. And now, after a few months of playing some unranked, playing some of the Patreon games, he's hopping into ranked, and this is his very first ranked game. So when I say we're growing the community and that we're doing big things, not just me but all of us together, we are literally bringing in people like Joe, and they're coming in and they're going straight from like beginner player versus AI all the way up to a ranked player within a few months, which is absolutely huge. This is like the bread and butter of the AoE2 community. Guys that come in new and get hooked on the game. This is fantastic, and this makes me so happy to see as an AoE2 fan for years and decades at this point, like myself. It makes me very happy to see people coming in new and sticking around and enjoying the game, whether it's unranked AI, friend games, campaign, whatever. But even when it's ranked, it's fantastic. So in this case, we're going to be reviewing his very first ranked game. I'm going to be coaching him a little bit and just seeing what he's doing. And normally I fast forward the Dark Age, but here we already have some crucial mistakes that I want to correct here. Things are looking decent in the sense that he knows what he's doing. He's going like 6 to food and going over to the wood. But he just has some idle time that we got to correct. So make sure that you're always queuing builds. And now he's being a little bit more aware of that, queuing multiple villagers. So the map is going to be, of course, Arena. This is going to be a very beginner-focused wreck. We got Joe. We're going to call him around like 900 to 1,000 elo. It's what I expect to see from a first rank game, but it could be a little bit more than that. His opponent is a Jewel Dark 950 elo playing as the Franks. So Mongols versus Franks, a pretty good matchup. And as a guy who's been following Joe's progress as well, he's been doing better and better every time I've seen this guy, whether it be in like a Patreon game or some coaching that we did, and now in this ranked game, he's been getting better and better, and doing so without grinding a bunch of games, just by playing a bit here and there, and just trying to learn the different aspects of the game. Bringing in this first boar here, his first ranked border. Oh, I think I lost the bill on my first ranked border. See what he can do here. Bring that in. Did a good job of saving that first bill. Gotta make sure we kill the boar under the TC. Solid. Not the cleanest border ever, but it was definitely solid. There's a lot going on here. I'm gonna go ahead and make a house and then a mill. Excellent stuff. And playing as the Mongols is always a bit challenging because you burn through that hunt so fast. So it just feels like you never have any food in the TC, but it's just because you're eating it so fast. Alright, keeping the sheep away. Dark Age has been pretty good, aside from like that early idle time. Honestly, it's been pretty solid. Now going for that second boar. Excellent stuff. And we can fast forward a little bit more here, because it's Arena. There's not much to talk about. We want to get into the meat and potatoes of this wreck. We got to see what's happening. This boiler looking better. Much better than that last one. That's good. It's a clean one, actually. And now going for more bills on mill. House. Deleted some walls. That's good. Okay. And shift Q right back on the wood. Sick. That's awesome. Yeah, very impressive so far. Now bringing in a sheep. Wow, he remembered to bring in a sheep as well. Yeah, this is some really good gameplay. It feels like you're a bit shaky at the start, but now you're actually doing very, very well. Sending more and more builds over to that wood line as well. Excellent stuff. Very happy with this so far, Mr. Joe. Very impressive Dark Age here. Very, very impressive Dark Age. And now look at this. I like he's already queuing this. 24 pop. He's going to go with the build that we have that I make. These two bills to gold, and we're golden. Oh my goodness. This is literally the 24 plus 2 builder fast castle. This is the one I have. This is my builder. It brings a tear to my eye, guys. Not only is he doing the right steps of getting better as a player, jumping into rank, he's using the right resources. I'm so happy to see this. So now what we have to do is we got to make a few farms. Alright, because we're going to run out of the sheep, right? And we can't just send a bunch of bills to berries. You have extra wood. The builder, yeah. Bro, I swear this gives me just as much satisfaction as like me hitting 3,000 elo. It's the teacher within me. I just love when I'm putting out the resources and stuff to help people get better, and they actually listen. Like, this is fantastic. It's exactly what we say to do. And now we just need a little bit more wood. Market blacksmith right away. And you can just afford everything. There we go. We got the wood. Market blacksmith. Good. And it's a very, very clean, fast castle. Like, again, oh, we missed the house. That's okay. That's fine. We missed the house. But good job just dropping it down. For a guy in his first ranked game to get a fast castle like this, it's not too bad. Now, when I do it with no idle time, or anyone does it with no idle time, not special. When you do it with no idle time, you hit castle age at exactly 14 minutes, around 14 minutes. So. All right. Here, we're going to hit around 15, 20, okay? And that's like that 1 minute 20. You see it right here. That's the idle TC. So that is, I don't have to say anything. That's exactly, just using math, that's exactly what we have to cut out. So the idle TC to make your Dark Age near perfect, okay? Alright, now going on to the rest of the game. What I recommend people to do on Arena, holy, what's going on here? His woodline is rough. What I recommend people to do on Arena is usually go for a bit of a boom. Or if they want to go for any kind of like light cav or caster drop, that's fine as well. But at lower levels, what I find works best, if you don't want to go for like the degenerate castle rush builds, I think that's the best strat, by the way. At lower levels, it's castle drop, you know, put pressure. If you don't want to do that, I think what's best is not the light cap play. I think it's pure boom. Because the idea is, like, fighting for map control and fighting for relics is so much less impact than just getting like a 30 build lead off just booming. Because usually with that 30 build lead, you can just end the game. And look at this. This is exactly what I'm talking about. A player here, player red. Just an average 950 elo player. I don't know anything about this guy. But I know he's not following the builders that I put out there. He's up to cast stage so much slower. And with this faster cast stage that we have, we get to make the 3 TCs right away, which is what he's doing. Getting bow saw. And he's going to be developing perfectly. And this is great. He's going to be getting such a build lead. You'll see in a second. Over his opponents. By doing nothing special, just by going for the right strat and executing it to a decent degree. Not even like perfectly, we still have the idle TC time. Executing it decently, you get such a massive advantage. And by the way, even if you can't afford Patreon builds and the videos I have there, I made a full booming guide on YouTube. That was a Patreon video that I deleted. I remade it for YouTube as a free resource out there. I'm telling you, I don't believe that if you want to get better at AoE, I don't believe that people can't do it. Like, there's paid resources to save you time. Just on my channel, by the way. I'm not talking about all the other fantastic creators we have. Just on my channel. There's all kinds of YouTube videos to help you get better. You can scour through that. If you don't have, like, the money to invest, no problem. You should have some time to invest in getting better if you want to get better. You scour through the videos, you watch them, you get better, and you apply that information, you get better. And if you don't have much time, you have a little bit of money to put in, you have the, you know, the extra tools like my Patreon with all kinds of content and all kinds of special, you know, services and whatnot that I do offer. And that'll save you time and help you get better quicker. Alright? And this is the perfect description of it, or the perfect example of it. We have now a 12 build lead on a random game of Arena just by doing, you know, just by doing the basics. And this is really good because now this build lead will hopefully transfer into a faster imp and transfer into us putting the pressure. Now, I am sure we're going to see more mistakes. And we see already some weird stuff happening from our opponents. Some outposts in the middle of the map. He's going to grab some relics, which is good. Good for him. He takes some relics. And he's now going to be getting the 3rd TC. We now actually have a 13 build lead. I'm sure we're going to see some more mistakes from Joe. In fact, so far the only mistake really has been, like, you know, the idle TC time. I'm sure we'll see some more mistakes, and I'm here to correct them. I'm here to help out where I can. But so far, Boom's been fantastic. If you go for a 4th TC, excellent. Both people here, it's 4th TC on cue. I'm talking so fast. I'm actually just so hyper. I am so hyper. I am extremely pleased with this, Joe. So now what you have to do is, as you're booming, you want to start transitioning those to gold and getting the gold money upgrade, and then also getting hand card. That will complete your boom, and then it's about getting to Imperial Age. And I also recommend, I see you got house now. Yes, I recommend you have a villager making houses, usually at the back of your base actually, so it's out of the way. The reason why I don't like at the front of your base is that 2 reasons. Number 1, it takes up space where your military production could be, you know, could be more efficiently placed at the front. And number 2, if you get pushed in later in the game, you lose your houses. And I hate that. So I recommend houseville at the you know, 1 houseville at the back. You just layer the back with houses, and they never die, and then you're just good for the rest of the game. University. Now we have monastery ready. Getting some upgrades probably for Magidai. A bit late to gold. That's just your main mistake here. Also, idle TC. There's no reason for idle TC here. All you have to do to not idle your TC is just select all your TCs and keep spamming bills. Like, keep spamming bills. We have a 15 build lead. If you lose it now, what a shame if you lose it now. You know what I mean? Like, you've built this up. You're up to imp now. You sold some of your res. So you could have done it better if you just went on to gold, which you'll need anyway. If you need gold for military. So like, you want to get on gold anyway. And we're gonna go stable. Oh, what a shame. Oh, no, we're making villas now. That's good. I was gonna say, oh, what a shame we just stopped making villas, but we're making the villas again. We're just housed a little bit. So clearly your boom is quite good. It's just about translating that boom onto the field that we're having some trouble here. So I'm gonna make that easy for you right now. So number one, first thing is that house built the back. We talked about this. Number two, as soon as you click up to Imp, this is where you need to pick up your composition. I recommend one gold unit, one trash unit, and one siege unit that's good against buildings. That's generally the composition. So for Mongols, I'll give you a couple examples. Mangadai, Hussar, Treb. Or you can have, you know, let's say Heavy Scorpion, Hussar, Treb. Heavy Scorpion, or let's say like Hussar, Siege Ram, Mangadai. Siege Ram is instead of Treb in that situation. So whatever you decide to do, that's going to be a comp along those principles usually. And what I would do is just start getting the production building for your main unit first. So in this case, you start massing your Mangadai first. So what you need is just castle. So I'd get a castle, start massing him. And then I'd also prepare your stables, one range to get Thumb Ring, and prepare your stables at the back. So then when you get your second and third castle, you're producing, you know, Mangadai. And then once you have your Mangadai production sorted, you already have the stables ready, and you start making your Hussar. And it's a really easy way to get a composition on the field. And then also, meanwhile, you just continue making villas, and you get to 200 pop in no time. Alright, great job getting all kinds of techs now. Only missing gold and stone mining upgrade. Those are not mandatory, but I recommend them. I think they're good. Alright, now we just need to get more tech, Thumb Ring, etc. So your mistake here is that you just don't have the production already. You hit Imp and you have no production. You usually want something on the field already. But this is good. We're getting some nice expansion castle, multiple stables, very good. And in my boom guide, the one on YouTube, I think I hit like 200 pop around like 30 something minutes, like 33 or 34 minutes and 200 pop, something like that. So you want to hit, you're not going to hit that this a really good time, but you want to hit something similar. Because imagine if now, like, your opponent has like literally nothing, right? There's just a few units. Imagine if in this time, we already have like 20 Mangadai on the field, right? Something like that, 10, 20 Mangadai, just getting them up, control forward castle. It basically, the name of the game here is speed. The faster we get our units on the field, the faster we're putting pressure on our opponent, and we can just snag out a game before he's able to defend himself, before he even has all of his upgrades and whatnot. Elite Mangadai, Bracer, you're doing a great job getting your upgrades in. Now it's just about getting the right units on the field. Oh, but you're doing a fantastic job booming as well. You're still making builds, which is excellent. Bending your res, which is also excellent. I feel like I'm watching someone that's way higher than 1,000 elo. Maybe I'm overhyping you. I don't want to give you a false sense of like, oh, you're doing so well. But in my opinion, this is very impressive. Now, I don't know what's waiting. Maybe you just take this army and you would just face roll it under the castle. And you're just like the guy who fights, like takes the worst fights in the history of the game. But if that doesn't happen, I would place you at much higher than 1,000 elo. Something like 12 to 1,300. At least on a map like this where you don't get pressured early. Because this boom is fantastic. I want you guys in the comments to give him some respect for the boom. Or just give your honest opinion. If you're like 800 elo and you can boom better than him, just say that you can do that. That's also fine. Expanding with the castle here, good. Town patrol, smurfing it, okay. Usually people love this deck, but I think it's a waste of money. So now opponent's on Paladin. Now Frank Paladin you have to respect at all times. He has Cavalier with lacking armor upgrades. This is a good time to fight. And this is why I say speed is the name of the game here. Because you just got your tech and your army faster than him. If those were fully upgraded Paladin, you probably would have lost that fight. But because you're faster than him, you struck before his upgrades came in. And you're winning the fight easily. Nice. Now get back in there. Forward castle. Get some trebs out. To complete your comp. Your comp is perfect. Mangadai, Hussar. Now we just need treb. I make it sound so simple. Surely it can't be that simple, Hera. Or maybe it is. Maybe it is that simple. Ever thought about that? You know, maybe it's just not me making it sound simple. Maybe it is simple. You know, for me, the hard part of Age of Empires, you ask me, the hard part, especially if you have someone like me explaining it to you, but back in the day, you don't have, my YouTube channel, nothing like that existed, by the way. If I wanted to know what to do with this or that, I have to go message people. I was out there messaging people, by the way. Hey, I need some help. I have this situation. What should I do? Now you have all these videos and guides explaining things. Which make it easier for you guys. Now we're 200 pop. This is excellent. Now we just get upgrades. So Blast Furnace, Parthian Tactics. Okay. We just get upgrades and we look to fight. When you're at 200 pop, you have to fight your opponent. Because we want to lose army here, but not delete them. We want to trade army so that we can replenish them. We're not getting stronger at 200 pop. And this is perfect. Like 135 level 60 army. This is fantastic. fighting, patrol, missing chemistry as well. Gotta remember not to forget that one. But otherwise, beautiful. Like, you went for the perfect comp in your fighting. This is beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, so I was just saying, like, back in the day, you didn't have the amount of information you have now. So I just want to say, like, maybe it does sound simple because it's really not that complicated if it's explained to you and things are made clear to you. Age of Empires, the hard part about it for me is knowing things, but also putting them into practice, like actually doing them and thinking in game. You know, thinking in game is hard. Like right here, you just lost the fight. You should be spamming your production buildings. And truthfully, you have a good amount of production buildings. I like the line of stables. You can get some more though. Usually 15 to 20 stables is good in late game. So now, like, if I ask Joe, like, does chemistry affect Mangala? Is it good? He'll say yes. But why don't you get in game? Sometimes you forget. That's the hard part about Age of Empires, you know? But for me, as a guy that likes to help people out, my take is that, yeah, we all make mistakes in game. Even if I watch my own recs, I probably think I'm stupid half the time, you know? But we all make mistakes in game. The important thing is that I'll call them out, and I'll just, you know, make sure that people are doing their best over a bunch of games. 1-2 mistakes we can let slide. So that's why my recommendation is that when you're at 200 pop, always double check, like, make sure you have all the upgrades. It's a perfect time to do it. Excellent. Hussars are raiding. Mangadai, you're never really losing Mangadai, just 1 or 2 to a few skirms, but he has to dive in with this calf, this night trap, so you're getting such a good trade on them every single time. What could be better though is that you get more than just 1 trap. You guys heard the phrase don't trick or trap. I just finished the rec where I said like trick or trapping is good if you're up in age or over your opponent and you have like a free pass to trap him. But if it's an equal fight and you guys are both in with good army, you usually want to bring like 3-4 traps one shot and then siege and then defend them with your army. Forward cast is nice. Picture idols is probably just some generically good advice, but your economy is quite solid. What a lot of people don't tell you, this is a pro tip in late game. What you're supposed to do, especially if you play a Hussar late game, is fix your ratio of wood to food. It should be 1 wood bill is like 3 or 4 food bills. So for every like 20 on wood, or for every 10 on wood, you want 30 or 40 farmers. So my favorite ratio is 20 wood, 80 farms. And it's a really good ratio. But that's only if you don't make a wood unit. Like if you're on a Hussar comp specifically. Like Mangadai Hussar, because like, you're not making that many Mangadai. You don't use them that often. Because you're not supposed to lose the Mangadai. So you get that ratio of wood and food. And you're able to spam so many Hussar. This is a pro tip, by the way. You'll be surprised how many people, even like top players that don't know this. Or at least don't do it. Maybe they know it, but they're not doing it. I'm watching their games, they're not doing it. It's a very good tip. Because like the Mangadai, you just have them at the back, you don't really lose them. And then you just flood the Hussar as the meat. You flood them in, flood them in, flood them in. And that ratio of wood to food really, really helps. It gets you like constant Hussar production from like 15, 20 stables easy. Yeah, this is perfect. Besides missing a few upgrades, this is fantastic. What I would like from you is just a little bit more on the production. Like the stables are idle. The stables should never be idle, okay? Even if you're 200 pop, just spam like 10 Hussar in each stable anyway, so that when you lose units, they come out right away. And take a look at this. We're playing against Frank late game, and he's got 4 relics, by the way. So actually, we probably have to end the game fast. Realistically. Frank late game is not bad at all. And we're still destroying him. He's missing upgrades as well, though. Mongol late game is better, though. I'm gonna be honest. Good trebbing. Also, it's worth keeping your Mangadai on stand ground, by the way, in late game. Holy, we're diving deep. Joe's got balls! Let's go. That's sick. Taking the gold? Okay. What the hell? Feasting on the gold. 8,000 food. We gotta spend that. How do you guys resist the big Hussars, by the way? I noticed that a lot. For me, in late game, I can't resist. I just always have spamming Hussars. A lot of the times when I do Rex, you guys make like a few Hussar, and then you guys just stop making them. Like, just literally just spam it. Like it's like when you breathe, like deep breath, Q Hussar. Exhale, make more Hussar. That's literally how I think of it. Like, it should be literally second nature. Just you're always spamming Hussar. Because they're never bad. Like it's the one unit that trades so well against everything. Like, it does generically good against everything. And it's only 80 food. It's even like cheaper than a skirm and a halb because it doesn't cost wood. It's so easy to maintain just food, you know? Especially when you're floating 10,000 of it. Okay, still missing chemistry. That's criminal, to be honest. Luckily, he's still missing last armor, so it's like it's actually even better for us. He's missing 2 pierce armor. We're missing only 1 attack, so this is actually good. But if you had chemistry, you'd be melting him even faster. Nice, yeah, get in there, snipe the siege. Good. Defend our trebs. Excellent. And we're just slowly pushing. Very, very impressed by this. Yeah, those whenever you're idle, you can throw them on wood or delete. I like to throw them on wood if I need some though. Especially on arena, unlimited wood. Yeah, those guys, just throw them on wood. Not the biggest of deals though. And your opponent doesn't even call the GG, just taps out randomly. GG, well played. I gotta say, Joe, for a first ranked game, that is incredibly impressive. You have my respect, and I hope you continue to play and to practice. I imagine things get worse on Arabia if you get raided early and whatnot, but there's no shame in just playing arena and just learning how to like boom and be, you know, perfect this kind of like gameplay. And then if you get castle rush and stuff like that, which tends to happen in arena, especially the higher elo you go, especially in those mid elos, if you just learn how to defend those, you can get in a situation where you're just defending, pushing back, and then it's a very similar scenario. But excellent gameplay. Just a few reminders. Remember to check some upgrades in Imp. And this is for everyone watching. Like, just cycle through your blacksmith, your university. Click your units every now and then just to double check stuff. Especially when you're at 200 pop, guys. That's a symbol like, okay, I'm 200 pop. I can't get stronger by making more units. So what do? I queue up more units. So if I lose some, I can make more. And then I check for upgrades. And then I check for idols. That's 2 ways to get stronger. If I'm at 200 pop, but I have 1 idle, if I fix it, I got stronger. Or if I delete the idle for a military unit, I also get stronger. But having an idle unit is bad. If you're at 200 pop and you're missing an upgrade, you get that upgrade, you get stronger, right? So it's a no-brainer. You get the 200 pop, just double check these things, and yeah, and you'll be golden. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll show you guys some stats. That's the end of the video. Joe, keep it up, man. Really, really proud of you, to be honest. Within a few months' progress, this is incredibly solid. Like, from new player, guys, show them some respect in the comments. Once again, like, give some encouraging words. Give me your story in the comments, even. You as a new player, how long did it take you to jump into ranked? How was your first ranked experience? Mine was funny. I lost the game brutally because I thought I was a pro because I beat the hardest AI. So I went on ranked and I got smacked by some Brazilian guy. I still remember it. It was embarrassing. I think that guy's like 2K2 now, but I can't find the replay. I would love to cast it, like my first game ever. But that was my experience. Joe's experience was a lot better. Let me know your experience in the comments below. And yeah, before I let you guys off, just make sure, just a friendly reminder to check out my Twitch streaming for my live stream. I'd like to see new faces there. I stream daily in a lot of high-level games. And if not, check out my Patreon for high-level, you know, exclusive content, build orders, all kinds of guides, stuff that makes you a better player, and that will save you a lot of time at making you a better player as well. And yeah, that's it. Both of those links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Peace.